1,000 Sisters, Amy Slatton's new boyfriend Brian Scott Laveren's age, job, Instagram, and more. 1,000 Sisters Season 7 star Amy Slatton has a new boyfriend. And here's what we know about Brian Scott Laveren's age, job, social media presence, and more. When the unscripted series premiered in 2020, Amy was married to Michael Halterman. The newlyweds wanted to start a family, but Amy's weight was keeping her from getting pregnant. When Amy stepped on an industrial-sized scale during the premiere episode, she weighed 408 pounds. Since then, Amy has lost weight, had 2 sons, and divorced Michael. After finding herself single again, Amy kissed a few frogs before finding Brian. Amy has had multiple failed relationships since her divorce, but she seems to have a good thing going with Brian. Before the premiere of 1,000 Sisters Season 7, Amy announced that she'd met a new man on social media. Amy and Brian have been inseparable since they met at a concert. They spent a lot of time with Amy's children, and Brian asked them all to move in with him. He also asked Amy to have his baby, so the couple moved very quickly. Read on to learn more about Amy's new boyfriend, Brian. Brian Scott Laveren's age. Brian is 50 years old. Amy met Brian in the mosh pit of a concert. She wasn't initially attracted to him, but Brian was so persistent that Amy eventually agreed to give him a chance. She ended up falling in love, and the two have been together ever since. During 1,000 Sisters Season 7, Brian even asked Amy and her sons to move in with him. At 50 years old, Brian is much older than Amy, but they seem happy together. He also asked Amy to have his baby. After dating for only a few weeks, they got matching tattoos that read "Scary Love." Brian Scott Laveren's job. Brian's a journalist. According to Amy, Brian is a journalist, though details are unclear. The couple has already celebrated several important milestones together, including Christmas and New Year's. They've been spending a lot of time with her boys and acting like they're already a family. Amy even posted hilarious AI makeovers to Instagram that turned her, Brian, Gage, and Glenn into various Disney characters. The clip includes Brian and her sons, as if they were an average family. Brian Scott Laveren's Instagram. He doesn't have his own social media accounts. Though Brian doesn't seem to have an Instagram account, Amy posts about him often on Instagram and TikTok. Amy recently posted a TikTok with photos from a family trip to the circus. Amy and Brian took Gage and Glenn to Cirque Italia 2025, and they seemed to have a great time. They look like any other family of 4 at the circus, and it's no wonder they're already talking about having children. A fan in the comment section of Amy's post asked if her sons still see their father. Though Amy rarely responds to comments, she made an exception this time. "Yes, he get them few days. We court order share," said Amy. "But Gage will tell you he not going to dad's. He's staying with Mum and Brian." Between her weight loss and personal achievement, it's impressive that the 1,000 Sisters Season 6 star has accomplished so much in a short time. Inside Brian's relationship with Amy Slatton, they're moving very fast. During the first episode of 1,000 Sisters Season 7, Amy was getting ready for the date with Brian with the help of her sister. Amy told her sister Brian wanted her to reverse her tubes being tied so she could have his baby. Amanda Halterman. A stunned Amanda responded by recommending they take a cold shower. 44-year-old Amanda pointed out that Amy barely knows Brian. "I really think he can be the one day," Amy insists. But Amy was in no mood to listen. Amanda quickly realized that there was nothing she could say to deter Amy. Her brother and 1,000 Sisters co-star, 44-year-old Chris Combs, reacted just as badly to the news and begged Amy not to move in with Brian either. In the end, Amy will always do whatever she wants, regardless of what her siblings think,